Is Lauran Star from LSC Group. So, Lauran, why don't you tell us what LSC Group is? Why don't you tell us what your background is?
So I'm glad you asked, and I love being here. Thank you so much for having me. You guys
thank
rock. My background is in women's leadership. So when I came out of the gate many years ago, I spent some time in the Army, left the Army, and then started my corporate career. And I was the first female and youngest executive at one of the top Fortune 500 pharmaceutical companies at the ripe old age of 28. So I thought I knew everything, right? I mean, didn't I?
I did too at 28.
Right, at 28 I knew everything.
Right.
I actually did.
You did know everything. From there.
That was 1928, so.
Oh, ooh, zing. From there, when I left corporate to have children, when I decided to come back into corporate, what I found was that leadership wasn't what it was supposed to be in my mind.
Still isn't.
Still isn't. But my perspective shifted. I no longer saw leadership as the managerial role, but really inspiring others to move forward. And it seemed like we were missing that in business. So when my perspective shifted, so did my take on how to lead. And I realized that the leader that I wasn't very good. It wasn't the leader that I wanted to be.
So how did you change?
So I had a mentor. I'm very big into coaching and mentoring. I had a mentor coach who said to me, you know, at this point here, you need to take a step back and stop being part of the problem and become part of the solution. You need to step back and now start working with women to teach them and empower them the leadership that you see, which is truly inspiring others to move forward. So from there, we kind of left the corporate world and jumped in, created my own business paradigm and platform, doing emotional intelligence work with leadership. We launched LSC Consulting, and I focus on healthcare, I focus in the dental arena, and I also focus with women. So I work with women entrepreneurs, women in leadership, and I help them get ahead, not just at work, but also at home.
So it's a pretty broad range of skills you're trying to help people tap into.
One would think that it's pretty broad, but it really isn't, because I fall back on emotional intelligence. I fall back on the emotional intelligence platform. So we're looking at communication, we're looking at motivation, we're looking at building trust, building confidence or personal power. We're looking at self-awareness. So it's not as broad as you think it is, although the audience is broad. My clients are not. I'm very selective as to who I will work with.
How do you get your clients?